Hey everyone, Sunrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 12th and final episode of the 3rd season of Hidamari Sketch. Now, last episode we got to go over to Nori's place and get to see the glory of the computer, the PC. And, they got mad at it sometimes, but, you can't blame the whole internet just because you didn't get what you wanted exactly. But we had fun there, so those were good times. But yeah, we're here for episode 12. It is the final one of the season. We do have a couple of specials to do after this, which for those that should be able to go back to the old reaction format because that doesn't have the separated ordered chapters thing that the main series had with the version I have. So that'll be cool. But yeah, I am very curious to see what exactly we are going to do for our final episode. Should be a good one. So let's jump on in and find out. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and support me on Patreon for early access and access to the picture-in-picture version. So let us begin in 3, 2, 1, cut. Okay, back to high school girl Yoshino Sensei. Is that Nintendo Wii? That is a Nintendo Wii. Desu. Let's go to bed, Sensei. Why is she so damn cute? That's all I want to know. Gotta love those sky doodles. And then they sleep, at the end of the episode, the opening. So sounds about right. Here, our morning routine, for some of us, not others. I wasn't gonna mention you by name, but yeah. I don't know why she tries. We're not gonna sit here again. just continue, guys. 3 stars and Lico pin. Oh wow, she actually, she doesn't really look any more awake, but she joined. That's the important thing. Every day. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Those are some nice tomatoes, Harvest time, harvest time. Let's make some tomato sandwiches. Maybe make some ketchup. Oh, okay, yeah, young people. Gotta post on Instagram, before you do anything. Yeah, let's get me in the shop. The best tomato. Take that line out of context. I mean, none of the Hidamari girls really get mad. Tomatoes are touching, that's gay. Imagine just staying on their mind. That's a shot. Mind your own business, and then people just start pulling stuff off of you. Like, I worked hard to grow those, don't take them from me. Let us do that. Have they been a good tomato or a bad tomato? Let's decide. Oh, hello. Looking good. Yeah, she's gonna want some of our tomatoes. Yeah, I don't know what that is, I'll be honest. She was never gonna say no. Oi. I think she's excited. Tomato party now. But yeah, I gotta imagine homemade, homegrown tomato probably noticeably better. Tomato. I'm starting to say it how they say it. But I mean, I've said the word tomato at least 50 times in this episode already. It's starting to influence me. Back to Italy. I do love my mozzarella cheese, that's for sure. Any volunteers? Da 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 da. Some effort was certainly put into that. Are you an Italian girl? Yo, Sensei, nice to see you here. You can definitely hear in her voice, you know. Keep up the good work, Sensei. Fight though. I'm rooting for you. I'm sure you did fine. The two rough subjects. Too many. That's the worst. But kind of comes to the territory of doing any kind of creative work. Smack that dough. I'd sleep. She really does have some of that Hirosawa Yui energy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got that. I figured. I assumed. You know, context and all that. Gotta put you girls to work. You do that. This episode, we're just running around an Italian restaurant, you know, as you do. Let's break out the internet again. Really printing off a menu. Well, ingredient. Well, recipe. That's what I was looking for. I'm not sure she's a computer girl. But, you know, she can try it out. Nothing wrong with that. Just hope you have insurance on that computer. Get a bigger kitchen in our dorm room. You have to wait and find out. He needs it. Are you gonna start crying? No, she was prepared. This girl, she came prepared. You should have been prepared. How long were you wearing those? It's like a VR headset. Kind of mark, you know. Yoshinoya, are you hanging in there? One hand with your phone, one hand for your onigiri. Those emoticons. Desu, I just love her elongated desus. But we don't see enough of Kurosawa. I didn't quite catch that. I'm gonna have to go back to that. Yeah, because I knew there was a pun there. I didn't quite get to see it. Because I read the English one, I didn't have time to go back and read the original line. Which can happen. Yeah, it was around 13 minutes. Keep that in mind. Yeah, making food will do that to you. Keeps food on your mind, you know? Makes you hungry. Get a room, you too. I'm here too. You wanted my chopped liver? I know, right? Like, for sure. There's a big bottle of tea in there. We need to go colder. I want to make some pizza. Oh my god. The immediate embarrassed reaction from Hiro really made that. Oh, these artist girls. Straight up flag. I kind of forgot to. I figured she'd just show up, you know? We're done. If you want to come over, have some food, I guess you can. I do miss having a flip phone. Slow down, girl. Remember the Instagram. Everything in its proper order. And I'm not gonna get any, am I? I mean, Hiro, she is a resident housewife, lady, cook, you know. So as long as we had her, it was gonna turn out well. I know, right? A little bit too late to be asking that. It's like I hate tomatoes, damn it. Yeah, she dual wields pizza slices. You know, I love pizza, and I've never done that. Just two hand out. I'll lend them my umbrella. I'm sure they appreciated that. It's a little bit unsettling, but I guess it works. uh, oh, is that landlady? Yeah, you better have. Don't you just leech off of our tomatoes? We're just that good. Yeah, wine for underage girls. What can we make out of tomatoes? I'm sure the TV's just play the same clip over and over again, like it's a GIF, an animated GIF just on it. We are all besties here. No need to be so nervous. You know, sometimes we kiss, sleep together, you know. Among other things, yeah. Off she goes. Hey, Yoshinoya, are you hanging in there? I didn't think she'd be that grateful. She seasoned it. All the ships looking at each other. I can relate. I know what she means. Although Sensei has a similar effect on me. Gotta work this all off tomorrow morning. Telling everyone to leave. We only lasted like a day. We could have made this a big business. That's one way to invite a girl over. Come over to my place, use my computer. Oh, it's star. I guess. I was wondering what was happening for a second. Is it going to be 3 stars? Perhaps? The first star. A couple of them definitely had interesting poses going on. Because you just had tomatoes, like so many tomatoes with your friends. It is the best place. Oh, she meets the 3 stars. I told you, they're right there. I've been playing Pal World past few weeks, and when I see the big tree in the ED, it kind of makes you think of the big tree from that game a little bit. All big trees kind of look the same from a distance, really. Okay, that was the 12th and final episode of Hidamari Sketch Season 3. Definitely a nice little episode to end us off on. Like, I was curious what exactly we would do to kind of give it a bit of a season finale kind of feel to it, And it turned out tomatoes was the answer to that because, yeah, planting something like tomatoes early on in the season, you give it time, you give it care and affection and watering, and it eventually goes from being not tomatoey to tomatoey by the end of it. So, it's a good way to kind of showcase growth in a sense. You grow alongside your plants. But yeah, just being able to pick the fruits of your labor, quite literally. Not only that, but yeah, make a bunch of different food out of it and enjoy it with your friends that you have been, sharing this the season with. So, a very nice way to kind of like end us off, I would say. So, no complaints there. I mean, I'm not really a tomato person, right? Like, I don't mind certain tomato products like ketchup or pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce. I'm sure various sauces use tomatoes, but I would never just like grab a tomato, and just cut and eat it. Like, I wouldn't do that. But, nothing against people that do. It really was quite funny when after they made all the food, then somebody decided to chime in and say, "Hey, there's no tomato haters here, are there?" Like, yeah, maybe we should have asked that before we went on this path of tomato enlightenment. But but yeah, I can't really call it a mid card because it was like 5 minutes into the episode. But I like the shot of Mia just balancing 3 sets of tomatoes, like 5, 3, and 5, like on the hands, on the head, looking kind of tan. Very nice, so it's like summer kind of outfit there. I don't know really what the point of that was, but like we had little Yuno in the background being like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe what I'm witnessing," as she wears like a swimsuit. So that was a nice little shot there. I enjoyed that. Really came out of nowhere, but it was cool. But even got to see a little bit of Yoshinoya Sensei. I enjoyed the very first scene we got of her. Just it's nothing new to the show to have her acting like a high school girl. Like she does that kind of. She's more of a high school girl than an actual Hidamari Apartments of girls. I'm just gonna say that straight out. She is more of a high school girl, right? Like a stereotypical high school girl. She has the energy more than they do, right? Like it's very clear to me. But I enjoyed that. She also had like a Nintendo Wii. I think it's supposed to be like probably like the classic controller, right? Because some of you might be too young to remember the Nintendo Wii very well, but I bought it back when I was like, I want to say 19. Getting a little bit into story time here, but like I remember being in high school. Remember it was called like Project, what was it, Nintendo Revolution or just Revolution, something like that, the code name for it. But eventually it was revealed to be the Nintendo Wii. But I remember sitting in my computer class, looking up information about it. I was like so hyped for it. It was the first gaming console that I bought with like my own money. So that was pretty cool on that basis too. But like it could play GameCube games as well, which is a really cool feature because I still had, GameCube games. But yeah, like the Wiimotes and stuff, like it was gonna be really cool, and it was really cool. Like yeah, the Wii bowling and I think there's a game where you could like sword fight too with the Wiimotes and just it was a lot of cool fun stuff with it. And I think it was one of the best selling Nintendo consoles for sure. Probably not. I'm not sure where it stands exactly. Because I know the Switch is obviously super popular, and the Wii U was just kind of a disaster all around. Because the Wii U, terrible marketing. Like, I never bought a Wii U, I never owned one in my life. When I first heard about it, I legit thought it was just some kind of add-on for the Wii, because the Wii had a lot of those, right? I know that was the if you watch any kind of YouTube video talking about the Wii U being unsuccessful, that is one of the reasons that they give is that people didn't really understand what it was. They thought it was like some kind of accessory for the Wii, and I firmly fall into that category. I had no idea like just the new Nintendo console came out. Like I didn't know that. So the next Nintendo console I got was the Switch. So a little bit before the OLED version was announced. So bad timing on that one for me. But I definitely went on a big tangent there. But the Wii is a cool console. I really liked it. So we can move on now. But yeah, what else is there really to say about the episode? Like, a lot of it was making tomato stuff together with the gang, having a great time. Hiro got to be in an element, cooking away. When I imagine Hiro in, like, my third eye, my imagination, I see her in an apron, in the kitchen, cooking something, smiling, being happy, in her element. That's how I imagine Hiro, okay? Just like I imagine Yuno in the bath. I imagine Saya at her, desk writing, drawing, which was talked about a little bit in the episode. Uh, when I imagine, Mia, what do I imagine? I think I imagine her just being a goofball, messing around with things with a silly wide face. I don't know. But Nori on her computer, uh, Naozuna, I blinked on her name for a second. Naozuna, I just imagine her just smiling, sitting down, being cute. That's kind of what I imagine her as, but... See, is there anything else I wanted to touch on? I mean, Mia wearing the freaking scuba diving outfit to protect herself from the onions. That was great. That was just peak Mia right there. So... Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, now I remember. I did want to go back to the texting bit with Yoshinoya Sensei. Because, yeah, grading these tests really wearing me down. I want to eat something tasty. Understandable. I mean, she's literally eating as she texts that, but whatever. And we just get a Gambatte Kudasai, you know, keep at it from Kuwahara. I think I mispronounced her name before. Kuwahara. I think I said Kurohara. She doesn't get much screen time, alright, guys? Next message we get from her. Now that I think about it, doesn't grading sound kind of revolving? Okay, what's the actual line here? Tokoro de... Kaiten... Okay, yeah, it's just a kanji pun. You know, fair enough. I mean, she's not wrong. Saiten and Kaiten do sound similar, but like, she's losing it if that's like gives her that much of a kick, you know, like that if it amuses her that much, you know. But yeah, there's really no effort to translate that over into English. They just kind of said, this is what they sound like in Japanese. They sound similar. Okay, guys, whatever. That's just kind of what the English subtitles went for, which, yeah, I don't know how you would even try to make that work in English. I don't think it's possible to make it work in any kind of decent way. But she adds like these random emoticons, the cupcake, the grapes, the egg. I don't know why. But I did enjoy the cute little, like, you know, pity smile chuckle that she got from Kuwahara, you know. Like, you sure, whatever. Just keep it together, Sensei. You know, I did kind of enjoy that. Although she did insult her pun, you know, but she's not wrong. It really wasn't that great. But you know, just keep at it. That's all we can say. But yeah, just eventually we finished off the food. We had Mia just like dual wielding most of the time as she's eating, right? Because you have two hands for a reason. You got to have food in both. That's just common sense right there. We found out Mia gives the tomatoes umbrellas. That was a good piece of information to have. I did enjoy Landlady kind of like grilling, you know, the new members of the Hidamari apartments and how nervous and panicky they kind of were. I enjoyed that. Gave some tomato sauce or whatever to Yoshinoya Sensei. She appreciated that, so that's good. But yeah, then we got to see the star. You know, like Nori's pose really stood out the most to me. Like she has her knees slightly bent, her hands on them, you know, kind of bent forward a little bit, looking to the left. It's a very like deliberate pose. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why she did that exactly. Like. Because for one thing, you usually don't bend over when you're looking at something in the sky, like, right? So it feels a little bit weird. It was amusing, so I'm not like complaining about it. I just wanted to kind of talk about it a bit. I mean, Saya, she had a bit of a pose too, not quite as deliberate, but it was a good looking pose. I think Saya's maybe my favorite, you know. Hiro, or no, that's not Hiro. Never mind. That's a Nazuna. She just had her hands kind of like that, but downwards. Right, so that one also not too deliberate, you know, but still cute. Then we had Hira, who probably like hers probably doesn't even really count as a pose. Really, she just had her arms crossed. But most of them are what I would say are poses. Definitely, you know, Mia's, right. Hers aside from Nori's, you know, where it's Mia's was the most deliberate of a pose. You know, literally had her hand up like she's blocking the sun, but it's nighttime, so you wouldn't block the sun with the one leg up. And then, you know, just kind of in like almost like a praying kind of stance. So hers I wouldn't really call a pose either. But either way, I did like the poses that we did get there. And that's pretty much the end of the episode, right? Like, didn't even have like any kind of preview or anything because that's the end of the season. I mean, we do have a couple specials left, but like that's kind of its own thing. You don't usually get a preview with that with the main series, so it's all good. But yeah, all I really had to say about the episode. So, do I have anything to say about the season as a whole? I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, this is the season where we got Nori and Nazuna, right? I'm pretty sure this is the beginning of the season. I've enjoyed them as additions to the cast, right? Like, you know, it felt weird for a while just expanding the cast like that, because usually these kind of shows I do associated with like a 4-person cast, you know. Occasionally 5, you know, like K.O. did that, kind of throwing Azusa in there, you know, at the 11th hour, like episode 8 or whatever. But, you know, adding 2 more people though, that noticeably makes it bigger, right? Like, it's no longer just like an extra add-on kind of person you just kind of throw in there to spice things up. It's a real expansion of the cast. So, but I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with it or anything like that. But you can definitely feel occasionally overwhelmed when you do have like 6 people kind of shoved into one room on one table. You know, especially when you do have like an extra person added in, whether it be Yoshinoya Sensei or the landlady. You get like a real crowd going on that table in this fairly small dorm room, right? But yeah, I feel like you do lose maybe a little bit of intimacy when you do expand the cast more and more. Because if you imagine it as like arrows between each person, like each person has a relationship with the other members of the cast. When you add 2 more people, you add a lot more connections. If that makes sense, right? Like if you have like when you do like a passcode on your phone, if you go from like 4-digit passcode to like a 6-digit passcode, the potential amount of passcodes go up dramatically, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like so. But I feel like you do lose something when you expand the cast like that. But I think you do gain stuff as well. You know, more potential for more stuff, just more scenarios, more stuff. So I think it's a fine trade off. You know, it's not like I'm complaining about it, but I'm just kind of acknowledging it and how it affects the effect that it has on the show, right? And at the beginning, I was kind of nervous about how that would go, the expansion of the cast like that. But you know, after finishing the whole season, I would say it's fine. I like them both as characters. Nazuna, insanely cute. Nori, very positive, cool kind of girl. Yeah, I do enjoy her as well. You know, I did make comments before at some point about her character overlapping a little bit with Mia. Even not too long after I said that, I was kind of doubting that. I kind of wanted to backpedal on that. But by the end of the season, you know, I definitely do not really feel like that anymore, really. So just throwing that out there, because I definitely got a little bit of pushback on that in the comment section, which is fine. But just yeah, the show just continues to be great, and that's really what it boils down to. Like, it's a very fun show. I watch these girls, they hang out, you know, they grow, they learn life lessons, they become better and better friends, they smile a lot, they enjoy their youth, and that's really what I'm here for, what I'm here to watch, and the show gives me that in spades, and I couldn't ask for more. So yeah, I will watch the specials as well, and then of course continue until the end of the show. So a quick reminder for the specials, I will be going back to the old reaction format with the black background and white subtitles down below. So just be prepared for that, I guess. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.